Hey folks, I'm Charlie and I am joined here today by a band that you need to have on your radar if you haven't already because these guys are epic. It is the lovely Tomorrow's Forecast. How are we doing today?
Hi, yes, we're good. We're excited to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on for a chat because you've recently just released your sophomore EP, Speaking Terms. It's out everywhere now. Can you tell us a bit about this EP?
I think this EP is kind of our last EP was a lot more of kind of jagged recording style, but this EP, it's a breakup EP pretty much.
Mm.
Most of the songs are about breakups. And yeah, they were all recorded by one producer, Emily Hopley, so it's kind of a story in a way. Yeah. No, we're excited to have it out. I feel like it's a good grown-up version of us. And I think, it's the first time we got to do a full project with Isaac and Rowan because they joined the band last year. So yeah, I think it was nice. We all felt really settled and yeah, it felt a bit like we had a bit of a vision to it, which was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's really that album or like the EP, it's the sound that every artist sort of has in their discography or like the lyrical content because it's a time capsule of like teenage relationships and experiences. I love it. I was doing like the sort of like nostalgia thing last night where you listen to like your favorite album from when you were 14 or like, the throwback
Yeah.
type of things. And I was really realizing how much of this sort of like lyrical content or like the vibes are in so many discographies of my favorite artists. So this is
Yeah.
like such a staple moment for y'all. What was it like getting all of these feelings, all these like raw, raging emotions out into this music and being able to use your music to process all of this chaotic stuff?
Yeah, I think it's really cathartic. I said today to my friend, why am I reliving all my trauma? By like listening back to it. I was like, what is happening? I forgot what this song was like. But no, I think I really enjoy it and I think it kind of makes it fun. Like, it was really horrible at the time. And then writing it, it feels emotional, but in the studio, it's none of that. Like we have to quite like dig deep when we're doing our vocals to remember, how emotional it was because it's become this really fun thing because we just get to play it with the band. So I kind of like it. I feel like it turns it into a
Yeah.
blessing.
It kind of like desensitizes.
Yeah,
You know, like,
exactly.
but I think it's good for like on stage because it
Mhm.
just really, it's kind of like free therapy, I think we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
good.
I love that. Like, you see some artists who are like, oh, I wrote this song that I was like going through this thing 10 years ago, and now it's like coming time to release it. And it's like, I've moved on completely. But I can say this, I'm a similar age to y'all, but y'all are babies. These are like fresh things.
It's
Like,
true.
I honestly, it's like sharing your diary with the world, which is such a scary thing to do.
It is.
It is pretty scary.
It is. Yeah. Very vulnerable.
It is very vulnerable. But yeah, I find that even in the times where I'm like not relating, I end up relating again one day.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
comes
Full
around.
circle.
It's such a thing though as well. Like when I press play, I was like, whoa, I was not like expecting to have those memories, to like have that playing in my head while I was listening. It's
Right.
oh, I truly love it. I am a sucker for like real experiences in songs. Do you know how sometimes you can turn on a song and it's like I can tell this is a story someone's made up. Like it doesn't feel like something anyone's gone through. It doesn't feel like there's that connection to the lyrics. But you'll nail that. It feels so authentic and I just have to say I love it.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you. It's very real.
It's like a bit too real sometimes.
Yeah. And another thing that's quite real and quite nasty in our music scene is the nasty like gender imbalance. There's privileges and barriers. You all have done something so special with this EP. When I like was reading about this, I was tearing up thinking like it's insane. More people need to be doing this. You've set such a standard as a young band, but you all have exclusively collaborated with female and gender diverse creatives on this. I am astounded. I think this should be done far more often. I think it is so impressive. Can you all tell us a bit about the decision to do this and what this means to y'all as a band?
I don't know. I feel like it's something we've always strived to do is like when we're curating a lineup, And then with this project, I think it's nice to, put purpose behind it. That's, more than just like the songs and putting them out. And I think, yeah, it's important to, employ people and, rise up as one. If we do well, then, all of these creatives on our project do well as well. And, I think you can advocate for gender diversity in the industry as much as you want. But if you're not actually, giving jobs and working together, then, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, and I think we've just been, because we've been playing in this band since we've been like 14, 15. We have definitely had experiences of being the only girls in the room, and it's not the best feeling.
No.
So it's nice to be surrounded by people who can like relate and have felt the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, like that same thing. Growing up in this industry, like I'm never a performer. I wish I had that talent. But like doing things like selling merch or going out to gigs and reviewing stuff, it's just not the vibe that you want to grow up in, because the industry is dominated by nasty men. I'm not naming names, but if they know who they are. Like
Yeah, it is true.
yeah, there's so many experiences that I've heard from like people I know where I'm just like, why is this happening? And to see you're collaborating with the people who aren't getting employed enough. Like there's such an underrepresentation of like female and non-male creatives in a lot of these spaces, but it's not that they don't exist. It's just that they're overlooked.
Exactly. I agree.
But also that reminds me, when you were speaking about being like the only girls on the lineup, I actually saw y'all at Undertone Festival last year, which I loved Undertone so much. Just the principle of having a festival with no male artists on the lineup was just something that I felt like it was made for me. And then I saw such a big turnout on the day as well, and I was like, this is so impressive. What does it mean for y'all to be creating these opportunities and getting to stand up and empower your fellow like female and non-male creatives in the scene?
I think it's really cool to be able to like have these opportunities. I don't know, I feel like in the past, for all the women and all the gender diverse people who came before us, there weren't these kind of opportunities, and it was kind of just like you kind of had to make do with what you could get. But now I feel like there's a lot more like quotas and stuff like that, which makes it a lot easier for women to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like I remember on the day, it was the first time we had seen like children in the green room, and I think it was really cool. And we were like, oh, there's kids in the green room, and then we were like, oh, of course, like, there's mothers in the green room. And I think it was really cool to have this total flip where we've been with, a bunch of 40-year-old men to like a bunch of like mothers and family. And I think that was really interesting. And I was like, yeah, this is not the norm. Undertone wasn't the norm, and that was really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember, I'm pretty certain it was your set. There were like kids doing hula hooping in front of the stage. And I was just like, it's such a vibe that like obviously doesn't belong everywhere. You can't have these kids hula hooping in like a dark beer sticky floor venue. But like when there's a chance, get the kids down there, open up these all ages opportunities, because I know like they changed my life in the industry.
Yes, no, exactly.
And another thing about changing the industry for the better is community radio. This week, you'll have been like the feature album with your EP Speaking Terms on 4ZZZ, our favorite little community radio station. I say little, it's like insanely massive and been around for so long. I want to have a chat about how important community radio is to y'all as a local, like, I want to say emerging, but also like established enough that you already have so many people that love you type of act.
Yeah, I think, it means a lot. I got a little bit emotional actually when I read it, because I felt so stressed about the release, and I was listening to a really emotional song. And I think, it's so amazing to see, like such kind words from the community. And I think they can see, that it means a lot to us. And I think I like that they prioritize the local bands, and it's not just another big band's new album that's, they always release great stuff. So I think it means a lot. And, after this, we're going to go on Sonic Alien. And I think, it's a really good space, very diverse as well.
Yeah. It's very unique to Brisbane, I feel like. cool
Yeah, it's
to be
cool
a
that
part of it,
radio still has influence here. I like that. I love that. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, honestly, I love it so much. I tuned in like the other night at like, midnight, crazy time, and I was like, oh my God, it's tomorrow's forecast on the radio in the middle of the night, and we love it.
I love that. I know who that was too. I love a midnight play.
Yes, oh, little cheeky play. We love it so much. And yeah, speaking of things we love, and speaking of uniquely Queensland, y'all are taking speaking terms on the road. You've got some lovely hometown shows, Gold Coast, Brisbane. You're heading down the East Coast. Can you tell us a bit more about this tour?
Well, we haven't announced supports yet. I don't know. We're not doing that yet.
Super soon.
So I can't reveal that. But yeah, we're super excited. It's our first time ever playing in Melbourne, which will be super fun. We've never flown with instruments, so it'll be interesting.
Good luck.
Yeah. But we're super excited. It'll be nice to play to some new faces and some old ones too.
Yeah. I think it's our biggest tour as well, so I think it's going to be really fun to just like immerse ourselves into the EP and just play and hang out. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I think it's the best part.
Yeah, I honestly think it's so exciting. I'm seeing so many more like smaller acts or acts I've only discovered in the past, like, 12 months, 18 months, who are doing East Coast tours, which I know everyone on the West Coast, everyone everywhere else in Australia gets a little upset, but like, we're broke, guys. We're trying our best.
Go there.
Achievable. I'm super excited. We've got a Gold Coast, actually, we should say. Our Gold Coast mini festival, we're yet to announce the lineup, but it's going to be an all ages mini festival, and we've got a really exciting lineup that we're going to announce. So I think we're excited to have a bit of a bigger project on the tour as well. So yeah.
That's so exciting. I love when artists kind of do that. Like, it takes it from a whole other level from just like, it's a show, you've got a support act, perhaps you've got two, and it's like, it becomes a whole immersive experience. Oh, I'm excited to hear more about this.
I'm really excited.
Yes. Oh, this is so cool. Y'all, I have a feeling, are going to be like, all those lists at the end of the year that come out where it's like the indie bands you don't know but you need to know. Y'all are going to be all over it this year. Y'all are going to be insane because sometimes you just strike gold with these local bands, and y'all are one of those bands that I feel like we're kind of gatekeeping, but we shouldn't be.
Thank you so much. That's so kind. I really hope so. Let's manifest it.
Hey, we've put it out into the world. Now it's the world's job to like reciprocate.
No, awesome.
Yeah, I would love to close off our little chat today by having a sneak peek into your playlists and hearing which local acts in your local scene and like broader Australian music scene that you've been listening to and loving and would love to give a shout out to.
Ooh, that's good. I think everything Bean Magazine is doing is really cool. Got to play with them last year. So their new EP I've been loving. Special features, new stuff. Yeah, so good. Yeah,
very well. Mr. Finn.
Yeah, Mr. Finn. Yeah. No, that's been good. I know there's a few more releases coming on the rise from a lot of our local bands. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've got.
Yeah, I honestly feel like there's such like a Gold Coast boom at the moment and such like a Brisbane boom in music. Like, I'm getting a little overwhelmed trying to keep up with all the new releases because it just seems like it's such a thing. Everyone's just releasing this month or in the next few weeks, and I'm just like,
it's busy time.
It is,
but it's good.
But
it means everyone's getting creative.
Yeah, and it's also the best time to like be around where people are like, I remember last year there was this big thing online where people were like, oh, there's going to be no good music in 2025 because all these big artists released albums in 2024. And I'm like, guys, take a walk around your streets.
Look outside.
Look who's around you. Listen to who's around you because you're missing out.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for making the time to chat about Speaking Terms. It's out everywhere now. We can grab this on Bandcamp, can we?
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. Grab it on Bandcamp, support your local artists, and give them a bit more money than the streaming services do. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us. It's been awesome.